What's going on, you guys? It's your girl, Kelsey Lynn,
It's your boy Tony G.
and this is Mitten, Kitten Moments. So, this is our first episode that's right here on YouTube. We were doing this over on subscriptions, but I figured, why not give access to everyone? Like,
Yeah. So what we're gonna do with
yeah.
the subscriptions is we're going to give you guys more of a in-depth look at our life and show
More
you
intimate stuff that we normally wouldn't show everyone, I guess. Nothing our life's crazy. Not gonna lie, not gonna sugarcoat it. But anyways, so today we are gonna talk about the Diddy documentary.
50 Cent's a beast.
Bro, he really is though. The level of pettiness, in one way, I really like it. Actually, I like it, especially when it comes to Diddy, because let me tell you something. I've always thought something was so weird about that guy.
I seen today that 50 Cent did an interview with ABC, and he only agreed to do the interview because about the documentary because they show ABC in the prisons. It's one of the few channels that they can watch.
Oh, yeah. I think I seen something about that too, and that's hilarious because, like I said, dude, petty Betty. But, people like that deserve it. Not sorry, you know. So you and I sat down the other day when we finally had some time to watch it. Let me ask you, are you shocked?
No.
Me neither. I don't know why.
I'm shocked that more hasn't come out and more artists and celebrities haven't been incriminated and involved in the situation because it wasn't just Diddy.
Right.
They're saying that Jay-Z is pretty tied into it too. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't doubt it. I heard some shit about him too.
Yeah.
Like his side girl that just wound up dead and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm the only thing I'm shocked of is that more names haven't been leaked, or the full stories about like what happened to Usher when he was a kid, or Justin Bieber hasn't come forward. I don't know what's true, what's not, but I'm shocked nothing else has transpired.
You have to look at this. You were asking me the other day when you were like, I just don't understand. You have all the money, all the power, all the clout in the world, and yet you still felt the need to do that.
Like, haven't you seen Scarface? First you get the money,
then
you get the power, then you get the women.
Exactly. So really it was completely unnecessary to be on some bullshit. Yeah. But it's a power thing. It's like you're a sick man.
Yeah.
It's like control, it's like sadistic Satanism, like weird stuff.
Like when he called his assistant into his office when he was getting a blowjob just so his assistant could walk in and see him.
Weird. Weird stuff. You know what I mean? Like that guy said on the doc, it's not a crime to be freaky. It's not, you know what I mean? But what is a crime is doing things that people aren't aware of and things that are against people's will and violently hurting people and assaulting people, aka Cassie, and
recording
more.
Knowledge.
Yes, recording without knowledge. There's just a numerous list of things.
Putting GHB in baby oil.
Yeah, not giving people the option. We have, not saying that it's good to be doing that, period, but it's Hollywood, we get it.
Y'all want to party and get freaky,
right? But to do it against people's will, obviously you knew you weren't supposed to be doing that shit,
or drug them without them knowing.
Right.
Even if it's not GHB, even if it's just like Molly or coke or anything like that, you can't drug somebody without them knowing.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yep.
And speaking of personal experience, I had a boyfriend that was a lot like Diddy, obviously not to that stature, I guess, of fame and money, but and it's like we've said in our other episode, when you look in their eyes, there's nothing there. There's no soul. There's no sense of any type of empathy, remorse, feeling, nothing. And you can very clearly see in the I wanted to note that you could see in the behind the scenes, how he had people following him around with cameras during this
Yeah.
process, you can see really all he's worried about is how he's going to get out of trouble.
And,
You know what I
and
mean?
how
Like
50 Cent got that footage is besides
you
me.
you
Like,
can't you can see that it's not dawning on him like, damn dude, like
he thought he was gonna beat it.
I'm fucked up for these things. I feel bad for these things. All he's worried about is getting out of fucking trouble. And it really pisses me off that he only got 50 months because the amount of people that were affected by him and the shit he did, like,
Yeah.
you're a threat to society, bro. You don't need to be around people.
What and you know what else really fucked me up was his assistant, that the company was 25%. It wasn't his assistant, his partner. 25% of the company was in his name, and the 75% was in his mom's name. Um, that guy was helping Biggie and had him set up to go to the UK, and Puff said no. And Biggie didn't even want to go to LA because he knew what was going to happen. He wasn't wanted there. He wasn't welcome there.
Right.
Um, and the stuff like him forcing him to be there kind of makes me feel like that was set up too, because not long before that, Puff had Biggie. Biggie was supposed to be getting the Rolling Stone cover,
Yeah.
and Puff said, "No, fuck that. He's not getting it. I need it because
My
I'm about to drop
debut,
an album."
yeah,
Da
my
da da da
debut
da.
solo album's coming
So you
out.
took Biggie's spot on the Rolling Stone, which he was supposed to have, which he earned. Then you stop his shit from going to UK, so he has to be in LA, so you can party on enemy's territory. Then you have the biggest funeral in New York's history, and you charge it to fucking Biggie's estate.
When I found that out, everything, like, the math was mathing after that. And I always had that feeling that like he had something to do with Tupac and Biggie's death. Because how is it that you were the last man standing out of all of this? Like, we know Suge went to prison. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know what he went to prison for.
some other shit.
Y-
He
right.
ran over people with his car on a movie set.
Right. So Suge went to prison, Biggie and Tupac died, but you're just out here walking around. How?
Yeah, and Suge went
Like,
to
if this
prison
was like, if,
after Pac died.
right.
And
I'm just saying, if this was sporadic beef, like, I just feel like somebody would have got Diddy after Tupac
yeah,
got. You see what I'm saying here? Like,
yeah.
the retaliation wouldn't have just stopped at Biggie if that was the case. I feel like
Well,
Diddy had something to do with Biggie's death for sure.
if Suge didn't go to prison, I'm sure Diddy would have been touched by now.
I'm just saying, with how many people exist in the world and had
Yeah,
their feelings about it, like, I'm really shocked that you're the last man standing, which makes me think that you orchestrated a lot of shit and you excuse me, strategically planned these things so that way nothing did happen to you.
like you used Biggie to get Bad Boy to where it needed to be,
Yep.
and then once Biggie got too big, and mind you, Biggie was in the negotiations of revamping his contract because he was getting fucked. He was in the 360. If you don't know what that means, it means you get an advance up front, but you ain't getting no money after that because you got to pay everything back. Um, so Biggie was renegotiating his contract, and Puff's old partner um, said yes to everything, gave Biggie everything he fucking wanted. Because, I mean, he was
Right.
popping. After he died, Puff wanted that guy to change the middle pages of the contract so it was favorable for Bad Boy. And that guy was like, "No, that's fucked up. I'm not doing that." Shortly thereafter, that guy's fired too. Mind you, Bad Boy used to be in 25% of his name. It wasn't even in Diddy's name. Diddy went up into his office with a baseball bat and told him, "You're gonna sign the Bad Boy back over to me." Da 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 da. I feel like he got what he could get out of Big, and
Yeah.
then Big got bigger than he thought he was gonna get, so he got
Yeah.
Big out of his way, so he could use. He used him to get there, and then he used his death to get way up there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's really quite disgusting. It's disturbing. I feel so bad for the people and the families that were like, because that's the thing that, we can also talk about. Like, when a predator like him and of that stature and that level of society does some shit like that, like, it's not just the victim
No,
that's
that victim has a
impacted.
family. That victim has fans. That victim has friends. Like,
Yeah, so I guess I shouldn't say that because even when you're not of that stature, like your family is still affected. But I'm saying like the fans,
yeah,
like you were saying, the fans, the like everybody, the whole world. And think about how many people like looked up to him as a kid.
yep,
You know what I mean?
yep.
And to find out that he's like some monster, that's insane, you know? But like I said, I've always had this weird feeling about him. So
And then he said, like,
hold on, pause. Okay, go ahead. No, you're fine. I'm trying to make this as raw as possible because, yeah. So,
then like I've always said,
anyways,
I've always been a big Tupac fan.
all right.
I've always said it. I've always, I'm a big Tupac fan. I grew
Yeah.
up on Tupac. And Pac had touched on it and hit him up, but like they copied his style, and then to just hear it, just mimic everything he's doing.
To
Like you
hear
come
it
out with
from,
the big. I love you when you call me Big Pop. That's like it was his anthem to be like, because Tupac had the women. He had everything. He had the glitz, like
right.
the image they wanted. So Diddy had Biggie do I love it when you call me Big Papa.
Well, and I was going to note on that, okay, because I am an artist. So
Yep.
when you have like a artist that has already made it, who comes from the same place as you do, who has something that you like it's called inspiration. And
Yeah.
there is a fine line between just like flat ass jocking somebody's style and then being inspired by that. You know what I mean? So of course Biggie's going to be like, yeah, like I like that idea because he already liked
Yeah, that
Tupac
wasn't a
and his
shot at
music.
because
No, I
Pac
know.
was already Biggie's mentor.
Right.
Like Pac took Biggie on tour. A lot of people didn't know
But
that.
Sean, you know how to mold artists, you know how the music industry works. Christopher Wallace was just some kid from
Best
where,
Eye.
yeah,
So
from
yeah,
like he doesn't know, like he just knows that he's got this skill and you're the one who's like calculating steps to get him where y'all are trying to get him to go.
and then Diddy selling his partner like mimic Death Row, do what they're doing, da da da. Go get more artists, do
Right.
this, do that, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Diddy was fucking, Suge Knight took a shot at Diddy at the Vibe Awards. If you don't want the executive producer all up in the video, all up in your song,
Come to death
come to Death
row.
Row. And come to find out, Diddy, all them appearances he
Mm-hmm.
made in these artist videos, and him saying the two words he said on the songs, like take that, or whatever.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
charging back these artists so they're and paying himself so the artist's contract they'll never get out of it. He's charging them like $1 million for him to make an appearance in their video.
You know, it really is a grimy thing. It
Yeah,
really is, you know, and then it kind of makes you wonder how many times has this happened to other artists? Like, yeah, we're hearing about this with Diddy, but like other artists have encountered these issues too. And
they
it's,
encounter it every day in
well,
modern today's society with these record deals.
there's a lot of exposing going on right now.
Yep.
And I'm not going to talk about names. We can save that for another podcast because I do plan on talking about it. But like here, right. Here's what I will say, okay? Like it's always like when you first bring these type of issues to the forefront, whether it be somebody who knows something or a victim,
Yeah.
at first it's always fucking questioned. It's like, no, you're crazy. You're crazy. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. That person could never do that. Well, just because they're famous and they show up to these charities and do these things doesn't mean they're upstanding people in real life. And I think that oftentimes we see the good so much in the people that we relate to their music. Music is one of the best way to captivate people. And it don't mean that they're a good person. There's a lot of shady shit that goes on in the music industry, entertainment industry, period.
From all levels of entertainment.
Sports, freaking all of it. All of it.
Yep.
So, and I think then it comes to the point too, and I'm not saying like related to this documentary or any situation in particular, but once things start catching motion after those victims start coming out, then I think it also becomes a matter of who's telling the truth, because when a lot of money is involved, and I've personally seen that in real life where, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
somebody gets blamed for something and they see a dollar sign,
Yeah.
you know, where you like accuse somebody of that shit knowing damn well it ain't true, but you see some shit
Yeah.
in it for you, like, and I think that's really unfortunate that that exists too, because it, when a victim who really had something happen to them comes forward, like, you know, it's like, don't make it harder.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I don't know, I thought that documentary was absolutely nuts. um so the other thing I wanted to talk about was his upbringing.
So his daddy was a dope boy,
Yep.
and his dad obviously left some money behind, but I don't care. I ain't never heard of his dad. It's not like his dad was Frank Lucas or
Right.
Nicky Alpo or none of the big gangsters from New York that were moving dope like that back in the day. Like, um, his mom had him in private schools, fur
Yeah.
coats, the latest fashion. So either mom was still a gangster or mom was. She said she worked at an after hour spot. Maybe mom was an escort. I don't know what mom was doing, but I know that she his dad didn't leave enough money to withhold that lifestyle for the next 15 years.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't knock nobody's
I don't
hustle. My
either.
thing is like, why did your kid turn out to be this?
Yeah,
You know, and I get that as kids get older, like they do make their own choices. Like you've heard of kids who have been raised in really great households, you know what I mean, and end up being serial killers. Like,
yeah,
so, but I guess I try to, you know me, I like to get into the psychology of things, and I wonder like what made him this way,
right, right.
you know?
If you look at it, like,
They said that he was a cornball,
yeah, yeah,
that he was like the cornball guy of the group.
yeah, he fell in
Like,
that school and stuff. Yeah, and
yeah,
if you
yeah.
think about it, like, have you ever heard of a poor, a broke serial rapist, a poor or broke serial killer? Like,
I can't say that I have.
no, like, I mean, even like Ted Bundy might not have been the richest man, but
Well, no, but they
he did.
come from like,
They come from, yeah,
you know, you're gonna have your next
or
meal.
like Ed Gein was a big. He had bread. He had
Well,
company,
they ran the farm. Yeah, they.
or not Ed Gein, yeah, Ed Gein. He had the farm and the guy from the one that you were really interested in, that serial killer from like Minnesota. He was killing the boys.
John Wayne
John Wayne
Gacy.
Gacy owned companies and stuff and had money.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like everybody you hear of that does this stuff is like, they're not like normal people. Like,
Well, of course they're not normal.
well, but you know what I mean. But it's like Ted Bundy was probably the most like lived the most normal. Not that he lived normal, but had
I
normal
I
means, was your average citizen
I'm
income
picking up
wise and
what you're
everything
throwing
like
down.
that.
Yeah.
But it's not the people who like live in the struggle and do this that are out here doing all this weird shit. It's people of power that fucking want to exert that power and be even more powerful and fucking take what's not theirs and fucking
Which is
lives
nuts.
and fucking
Which is nuts.
vaginas or penises, whatever they fucking
I'm
think
gonna
they have
have
the
to
right
bleep
to.
that
Like,
out. I'm gonna definitely have to bleep that out. But you are right. You are very right, you know, and that is crazy because here I am like, man, I need to get rich, dog, so I can fucking help this person and this person and this person. And it kills me because this year, like, I'm like, I feel like we could have did more for the holidays, but
Yeah.
you know, we also like have a family. But that's crazy to think about. And that just shows you how like fucking greedy people are. Like
It's like
you're supposed to use money as a tool and you're using it for power to do shit you shouldn't be doing.
it's like it's in their I don't know how to say it, like
It's entitlement.
yeah,
Like a motherfucker.
and I feel like and we only know about Diddy. Oh, look at the guy who hung him, Epstein. That motherfucker was rich.
Okay, listen, and that's a whole other rabbit hole we could go down, but he didn't kill himself.
No,
that's what I will say.
And Diddy's this documentary is on Diddy, but there's so many other people, and Diddy is just the tip of the iceberg. Like, you know how many people exerted their power and their money to, like, you don't hear about fucking Juan from fucking the Barrio fucking doing this stupid shit. Like, you know, I do. I'm saying that normal people don't kill people and rape people, but they ain't on no shit like this.
Grape people.
Yes.
Sorry. So that's around 21 minutes.
It's YouTube. You can.
I'm not. Okay. No. I'm gonna take the chance, but
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Like, I do. You know. But again, as I said, like I'm not surprised, and I thought that all along. You know, I know movies aren't facts, but there are some facts in it. You know, and when I watched because it wasn't that I wasn't a Tupac fan,
right?
I like Tupac's music, but like I was more of a Biggie fan. You know, his music got introduced to me first. I don't know, just that like East Coast sound, you know, I liked that a lot. So, you know, I watched the movie and I was like, there's got to be truth to this. There's got to be some truth to it. Just like movies about Tupac, you know? And it did make me think, like, bro, something ain't right here. Something is not right here. And I think that Diddy had those guys waiting out of the elevator. I don't think it happened the way the movie said it did. Like, there were just these two sketchy cats that were like hanging around Pac. Like,
you mean the first time Pac got shot?
Whenever he came to the elevator,
that's the first time he got shot.
Yes. I think that Diddy set that up, and I don't think
he was jealous of Pac and Biggie's relationship.
100%.
100%. And Diddy didn't like that.
He wasn't having it. Like, all eyes have to be on me. It's Biggie my show. Have a better friend than me. I gotta be his friend. Yeah, I'm the one who put him on. Like, maybe I'm speculating a little bit too much, but that's just what it looks like to me. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So, yeah. But all in all, I think 50 Cent did a really good job on that documentary. I think that the people who did come forward, because I seen a post on social media about that, they were like, well, why would it take y'all so long? Like, you obviously were enjoying the money and what came with being around Diddy. And it's like, that's not necessarily true. Yes, because people like him, they'll off you. And they have the money to do it.
Well,
and
sure
people
you don't work in this business again.
Right. People's livelihoods or lives are at stake with somebody like Diddy. So
look at the girl from Danity Kane.
Aubrey.
Yeah. She ain't ever been in music again after she came forward. She came forward before all this shit came out.
Did she say
She's
that?
Been coming forward, yeah.
That's so sad. Because, you know, her voice.
The other girl.
Amazing.
Did a solo album.
Yeah.
But yeah, Diddy fired her.
Yep.
And
probably because she wasn't having it.
Yeah. Well,
she caught on to the bullshit.
And then the assistant, the girl, said that she walked in the room and Diddy and another guy, she was like wasted and she didn't even drink.
Right.
And they were
crazy.
Doing what it does on her.
Crazy.
Yeah. But she's been complaining about Diddy for
quite some time. Years. There have been people who have said things and nobody just like took it seriously.
Yep.
You know, because again, like it's like, oh, he's got money. You know what I
Or
mean?
the woman that
Like,
came forward back in the '90s, that was in the music video. Uh, she told back then, and it just got pushed to the side.
yep, yep.
Yep.
And that's usually what happens, Cassie. Well, Diddy, you fucked up because you built up a superstar who eventually got the courage to say something, which opened up the doors for the other girls who didn't get that opportunity. Cassie went through some shit
And
and
then
stuck it out and built a name. Now we all know who she is. And that, like, you blew up this girl for her to fucking tell her story about what you did to her. That's now helping all these
and
other
when he ran
girls.
up in Kid Cudi's house and then blew up Kid Cudi's car, everybody knew that he was involved with that back in the day. But you watch his documentary, and he told the girl and Cassie, "If I go to jail today, I'm killing you, you, and him." And they believed it. Like that's why they didn't
Well,
tell.
because I mean, look at what you are doing right now as you're telling
That's
me
why
that
they
you're going to
didn't
do
tell.
this.
Yeah,
Like,
fucking home invasion with and you had a gun. Like,
nuts.
yeah,
Disgusting. Um, you know, it's very unfortunate that everybody had to go through that with him. As a music artist myself, when you're a kid, you have these big goals and these big dreams, and I don't know how it is for anybody else, but I can speak for myself when I say that it wasn't what I thought it was when I was a child. You know, you think it's studio writing, performing, meeting all these people, it's all exciting. And then you quickly realize that, like, this is a grimy business and it happens at all tiers of the industry, whether it's like your local shows with local venues and promoters, or, you're right in the middle trying to get up there, you know what I mean? You're still dealing with shady ass people. um, and people very, very high up, obviously.
yep,
So, you know, but I think as music artists, and yes, I am talking a lot to music artists because, this is a huge example, like I said, of what happens in the music industry. You really got to do music because you love it, and you really have to
stay true to you.
stay true to you. Yes. Like, you know, money isn't everything. Yes, it does help. It does help. It is definitely a tool to be able to have experiences. But everything has a price. You got to do shit on your terms, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yep.
Take your music career, put it in your hands, do what you want to do, what's authentic to you, be true to you, and don't let people like fucking Diddy try to come in and run the diddle game. No, we're laughing. It's really not funny, but no, it's true though,
Yeah.
like, and I think it's important too. We got a minute left. I think it's really important too to notice the signs of grooming. And it's sad because you have to tell this to men and women of all ages, because grooming could mean multiple things.
Yep. He tried grooming 50 Cent on his birthday.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
And 50
like,
Cent spoke on it, and that's when the whole beef started
I
between
mean,
them.
I bet,
He
but
said, "We don't have a party. It's your birthday. Why don't you let me take you out and buy you some clothes?" 50 Cent, what just say to me?
because that's weird. Like, that's weird.
Let's go shopping. Like, he's already a millionaire, dog. He don't need you to buy him clothes.
Right. Like, I mean, we're laughing, but it's really not funny
But that's
because
grooming. He was trying to groom 50.
Yes, like it's the gifts, the love bombing, the this, the that, the whatever. Yep. But that's all I got for today, y'all. We will have another episode available soon. It's your girl Kelsey Lynn.
It's your boy Tony G.
And this is Mitten Kitten Moments.